Welcome. I am DAA of DHB Recovery Network. We all experience loss on so many levels. Over the past few years, I have personally experienced the loss of beloved family members, associates, neighbors, and etc. Some of these family members were elderly or ill. Some were children under the age of 18. Grief sits within. Let's walk together as we grieve one day at a time on this weekly podcast that will be posted each Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Fair use. Grief one day at a time. 365 Meditations to Help You Heal After Loss by Alan D. Wolfett, PhD. April 8th. All journeys have secret destinations of which the traveler is unaware. Martin Buber. We're on this crazy journey we call grief, and we don't even know where the heck we're going. We don't know where we'll end up, at least not exactly. We won't know where we're going until we get there. We travelers have two choices as I see it. We can take the fork in the road that leads to active mourning and the embracing of our grief. On that path, we're befriending our pain, but we're also really living and not just surviving. Or we can take the other path on which we're denying and avoiding our grief as much as possible in the hope that we'll get over it that way. The first path takes us to a renewed, meaningful life. The second takes us to a dulled, zombie like existence. The particulars of both destinations are kept secret from us until we get there. And so, while I don't know exactly what the two versions of my future life will be like, at the fork in the road, I choose the first path. The meditation reads, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I choose to head toward really living. April 9th. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Author unknown. Here's one of the most important lessons I've learned from not only my own loss experiences, but from the thousands of mourners I've worked with over these many years. Our future grieving selves will thank us for actively mourning today. It's really easy to procrastinate expressing our grief. Tomorrow we think. Tomorrow I'll talk to a friend about what's going on, visit the cemetery, write a post on the Facebook page of the person who died, sort through photos, write thank you notes, look into support groups, etc. But when it comes to moving toward healing and grief, today is almost always better than tomorrow. We don't have to spend our whole day mourning. We just have to do one small thing to move our grief from the inside to the outside. And if we can muster the courage and fortitude to do one small mourning task, most days our future selves will be ecstatic. The meditation reads, expressing my thoughts and feelings today is something my future self will thank me for. April 10th. Grieving is like having broken ribs. On the outside, you look fine, but with every breath, it hurts. Author unknown. Our grief doesn't show on our bodies. That leads other people to think we're fine. I sometimes wish our skin turned purple when we start grieving. The worse we feel on any given day, the darker the purple. Grief's invisibility does no one any favors. Then, because we live in a culture that tries to hide grief, we often become complicit with grief's invisibility. How are you doing? People ask us. Fine, we say, pretty well. I've learned that what doing well in grief usually means is avoiding or hiding it. We're hurting inside, but we're trying to look and act fine outside. The only remedy is to live our inner truth by expressing our grief actively and openly. We tell people our broken hearts hurt like hell, and in the telling, we begin to heal. The meditation reads, when I'm hurting inside, I'll find ways to show it on the outside. April 11th. The more you extend kindness to yourself, the more it will become your automatic response to others. Wayne Dyer. At no time do we need to be kinder to ourselves than when we are grieving. Many of us aren't good at self-care though, so it's a practice we have to recommit to each and every day. The bonus for our friends, family, and the world at large is that when we're kind to ourselves, we get better at responding with kindness to others. Kindness is catchy that way. The meditation reads, today I will be kind to myself. Repeated every morning. April 12th. My entire life can be described in one sentence. It didn't go as planned, and that's okay. Rachel Walkshin. You know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? They often go awry. Wouldn't life be something if we could control its twists and turns? If everyone we loved, including ourselves, could live in good health and happiness to the ripe old age of, say, 101? But we can't control our own lives, let alone the lives of others. Things often don't go as planned. That is the reality of human existence. Que sera, sera. Surrendering to this truth and embracing its okayness constitutes a large part of our grief work. The meditation reads, my life doesn't always go as planned, and that's okay. April 13th. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. Winter kept us warm, covering earth in forgetful snow. T.S. Eliot. Things start to stir in April, while winter enshrouds us in the safety of darkness, stillness, and lethargy. April asks us to get moving, wake up, look around you. Life is alive. Spring's energy can seem cruel when you are grieving. We may find the bursting of new life incongruent with the deadness we still feel inside. We may feel that nature's reawakening is disrespectful or hard to stomach. How can April behave with such frivolity and joy when the people we love are lifeless? It's okay not to enjoy spring this year. It's okay to rail against the unfairness and cruelty. At the same time, if we are gentle with ourselves, we will heed our hearts and pay attention to our moments of tenderness. When something April touches us, we will give pause and open ourselves to the experience. The meditation reads, I give myself permission to feel how I feel today. When something touches me, I will stop what I am doing and experience it. April 14th. Life is not a final, it's a series of daily pop-up quizzes. Author unknown. How will we live out this day? We are hurting, so it's not going to be a perfect day or even a good day maybe, but still the day will confront us with all kinds of unexpected moments, conversations with people, encounters with pets, amazing sights and sounds and tastes and textures. ideas in writing, surprise memories, social media posts, and much more. If life is a series of daily pop up quizzes, then all of the things we will encounter today are on the test. How will we answer? The meditation reads, I can choose to experience this day to the full, including moments of grief. Please like, subscribe, share, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be and that you are not alone. DHB Recovery Network.